guys, so in this video I'm going to give you a quick insight into Concise publication. This book has been used for over 2 to 3 decades in all ICSE school. Okay, so in all ICSE schools, so this is something that even I have referred to while growing up. Okay, so I'm going to divide it into 2 parts. Okay, so grades 6 and 7. These 2 books have topics which are not repetitive. Okay, so suppose if this chapter has these many topics, these topics would not be repeated in grade 7. Okay, they are going to be different topics, as you can see over here. Now, similarly, these important concepts in, say, an ICSE school is introduced lightly in grade 6 and 7. Now from 8th, 9th and 10th, so they don't have, ICSE schools don't have a book, say, for 8th standard. What most of the schools do, I'm just telling you, they might be referring, they might be having different strategies, but the school where I come from, they did not have any book for grade 8. What they did is they used 9th book. They covered half, or say 75% of 9th book in grade 8. Okay, I'm going to quickly share. This is what I'm actually using currently for my child who is in IGCSE grade 6. There's a difference which I would also like to cover up at the end. Right now I'm just sharing the insights into this book. So this is the content page. Okay, now half they do, say 75% they do in 8th and beginning of 9th. Mid of 9th they start with class 10 books in an ICSE school, and this is a much deeper aspect of all the topics that you see here in grade 9. Some of them are repetitive, some of them are not. I'll just show you. Let's just compare the topics in biology, and similarly I'm going to share for physics and chemistry. Now this is book 10, this is book 9. So they have cell up here. They have tissue, plant and animals. I think that may not be here in grade 10. They have genetics. Now here, flowering plant, they have something else. They have something else here. Now if I compare the similar thing, say in book 6 and 7, they do have some parts of, say, cell over here and plant life, but it is in a much simpler terms. So if I compare the whole thing with an IGCSE school, say would be referring to this in grade 4 and 5. They start with all these terms right in grade 1, but very child friendly way. So if your child currently is in grade 3 IGCSE, grade 4, grade 5 IGCSE, I would recommend you to have these books. Like grade 6 and 7 is going to be useful, say all the way from grade 3 to grade 5 IGCSE, if you want something like an extra, okay, like a guide maybe. Now, when I am talking about grade 9, and right now my child is in IGCSE grade 6, and they are doing plant cell, and again it is not so intense in grade 6. Okay, let me not horrify you here and overwhelm you. It is very simple. Okay, but right now what I'm trying to do is we read it just to have a basic non-fiction understanding of this topic. Okay, then we pick up on the common things that we have, like some extra stuffs we will be learning here: single-celled organism, multi-celled, few cells, etc. Parts of cell, living, non-living. These are extra information that the child is going to get from this book. Now, some of the common terms which she has been introduced in the current grade, we will be reading them, like, say, cell membrane, cytoplasm. This is not covered, we will skip it. This is not covered, we will skip it, but mitochondria is there. So now, how do I look up to this book? You know, they need to learn the keywords, they need to learn to write a specific way, more like a scientific language, right? So I'll ask her to, you know, learn by heart the functions and the structural functions, which is going to help her write better, okay? Now, these are the things that we have learned, some of the things we have skipped. Here, This table is going to help her revise everything with these small points. We are going to do these. We'll skip this, we'll do this. So this is like a main characteristics, and I'm trying to put it under location or structural characteristics, and this is the chief functions. Again, there was a very common thing. Now, I'm going to skip all these because we know Golgi apparatus and ribosomes. It's a much deeper concept and should not be touched right now. So that's the reason why, although it's a grade 9 book, I'm just picking the matter which the school is going to teach. The beauty in Cambridge is they try to touch the topic every year so the child doesn't forget, and they add little extra. So I'm sure in grade 7 she will be having plant cell, and some of these stuffs will be introduced in her curriculum. They need to understand the difference between plant and animal cells. It's been wonderfully explained over here, and I'm going to stop right now here for her and maybe come back to this book in grade 7, grade 8. I am not sure of how intense the science become in grade 8, and that's the reason why I have this book handy, because it's all going to help her clarify her doubts. And having a lot of books is a complete game changer, because then the child may not need extra support if the child is taught how to self-study. So this is something that I learned in my engineering days. No coaching institutions, no tuition, nothing. We used to simply go to the library, get 4 to 5 books for one topic, read every book, and by the end of the 4th book, some magic would happen that, I would understand this stuff. So the same thing I'm trying to follow for my daughter. Now this is all about biology. As I've already briefed, grade 6 and 7 for junior grades IGCSE. Okay, someone in grade 3, 4 and 5. And this is, I'm going to use it for concepts, for theory. Similarly, chemistry would be there, physics would be there. I'm also going to decide as per the topic. So say right now she has states of matter, okay, in chemistry, but the states of matter is nowhere here, as you can see. So I am going to stick with her course book, or I am going to level down to 6 and 7 and I look for the topics here. So this is exactly how I rotate between this book, and trust me, if the child is reading this way, it creates such an absolute learning experience for the child. And these books are very good. If you want for any last minute preparation, you can refer to these questions, but IGCSE questions are nowhere related to how direct these questions are, and that's why I would say don't even waste your time solving this, rather than solve past year papers topic wise from an IGCSE website. So if you want to see the content, let me cover it up here for you. These are states of matter. Okay, now this is book 6 physics, and then this is book 7 physics. Okay, all these things, you'll be surprised how beautifully Cambridge has introduced in grade 4 and 5, and here kids are doing it in 7th standard. Now right now, suppose we were doing sound. Okay, so I'll take you through page number 192 and show you. I'm not going to go and do everything that sound has, but yes, sound needs 2 things to make, production of sound is because of 2 things. One is vibration and the other is medium. Here it shows how it is transferred in air, water and solid. This is how the frequency diagram, the propagation of disturbances in air has been made. So just to understand, explain the child how the transmission or the propagation happens. Very nicely explained. Sound cannot travel in vacuum. It's in a very similar way it has been explained in our Cambridge textbook also. So this is the propagation on water, and I'm not going to do all these numericals because I know it is a higher level concept, maybe actually covered in grade 9 of IGCSE. Okay, so I'm not downgrading this book. I'm just telling you that I'm just picking up exactly what is needed and leaving the rest. So this is all. Similarly, this is chemistry, and this is exactly how that I am using this book. Thanks for watching.